Guys, what's going on? This is the Club with the Man 1993, and I am here very quickly to give you my live review of this week's episode of Monday Night Raw from the December 7th, 2020 edition of Monday Night Raw that, to my surprise, still took place at the WWE ThunderDome inside the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. I haven't read reports for a while, but for a while I was hearing that they were supposed to be out of the Thunderdome by December 5th. So, I guess we're staying? I don't know, but I am not even going to bother. As I didn't really bother to really watch much of this week's episode of Raw. Well, mainly I didn't watch much of this week's episode. I really missed probably everything up until the 3-on-2 handicap match, I would say. Again, I got hit with a very last-minute change in my video gig. One of my video gigs, I was supposed to work 3 gigs this coming weekend. One of them got canceled, but basically got bumped up to Monday. So it was very last minute, so that's why my plans completely flopped. And I'm starting to yawn. And yeah, this is my last few reviews. I've just been so tired with this holiday rush just really getting to me at work. I feel like some of my reviews have been very half-assed, and unfortunately this one's not going to be much better. This is the first episode of Raw in a while that I'm not going to grade this show. I'm not really going to talk too much about the show because I didn't really get to pay attention to it too well. Plus two, not much even really happened on this show to begin with. So this is going to be more so of like a recap rather than a review. I'm going to make a few notes of a few things I've noticed on this episode of Raw from the notes and whatnot, but like I said, I didn't really watch it well enough for me to actually do a full-on live review talking about this episode of Monday Night Raw. But I'll at least just recap, of course, what happens. And again, that's just how it has to be at times with me. Only so much I can do, but luckily this holiday rush is starting to slow down a little bit. And I hope it continues to slow down even more. But let's check the live chat, see what we got here. We've got Mark. What's up, Mark? How am I? Not too bad, man. Again, very tired. Again, the holiday rush has been really killing it for me. But of course, I keep raving about lately as I got a new phone, upgrade to the iPhone 11, early Christmas present for me, and life's still going good for me, I would say. Good to have you back, though, Mark. It's been a while. You feel sorry for Asuka because when Becky was the champion, she always had challengers, but Asuka has nothing. That is very true. She pretty much doesn't. Well, she kind of does, but they apparently gave away one of the big matches this week on Raw. And can't wait for Sting tonight. Me too. I am looking forward to seeing what Sting has to say. I did not get to see any highlights from Impact Wrestling. I don't really watch Impact Wrestling, but I was very interested to see what happened on Impact last night with Kenny Omega and Don Callis showing up on that show. As I'm hearing also, we may see Deonna Purrazzo make an appearance in AEW. Yes. Just saying. Anyways, but yes, I'm intrigued to see what we get on AEW tonight as well. I will be watching that and maybe doing a review tonight also. Just kind of keep up. Definitely try to do AEW tonight. NXT hopefully tomorrow night. Friday, I'm not going to be reviewing SmackDown. I may not, with my schedule this weekend, I may not get to review SmackDown until... Depends on how late I get home Saturday because I'm working all day on Saturday. I probably won't be able to review SmackDown until I get home for my friend's Christmas party on Sunday. Unless, if I'm up early enough. I'm doing some cooking early Saturday afternoon for a Christmas party on Sunday. So SmackDown review is definitely going to be late. So, like I said, see where it goes. And with the holidays coming up, some stuff I'm able to salvage right now for the holidays due to COVID. I'm sorry, the pandemic. I know YouTube doesn't like when we say that. Pandemic, I meant, we got that. Anyways, do you think we will see Karrion Kross tonight? For NXT, Kross may be coming back. I think they're teasing it. I don't think he's supposed to be out that long. I thought it was only like 4 to 5 months, I heard. So I expected him back by Rumble. That's probably going to be the next program we see for the NXT Championship is Kross and Balor. But of course, we'll talk about that after I watch NXT, which probably will not be until tomorrow. So we'll see. But thank you, as always, for your stuff in the live chat. Mark, it's good to have you back. It's been a while. Also, speaking of which, since they mentioned Becky Lynch, congratulations to Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, who over, I think, either Monday or Sunday or Monday, whichever day it was, they gave birth to their child. Roux, whatever his name is, Roux, gave birth to him. Congratulations. Obviously, Becky's probably going to be not be back till maybe Mania. Maybe she could be a surprise entrant in the Women's Rumble. Who knows? I know Vince wants her back soon, so we'll wait and see. But of course, Vince only cares about himself, and yada yada yada. So be it. Anyways, so let's just talk about this episode of Raw real quick. Like I said, I didn't really watch it that well. We start off with a 10-bell salute for Pat Patterson, as of course it's the last, WWE show that did not get to honor the memory of Pat Patterson. And of course, who else will be starting off Monday Night Raw but the Viper himself, Randy Orton, as he's been doing that for months. He talks about how he has no moral compass, he's the most evil SOB on earth, is basically just saying the same old. Bray Wyatt appears, done a Titantron to play, let's get Randy, noting how The Fiend will face Orton at TLC, but tonight, Bray Wyatt, the man himself, will face Randy Orton. Okay? And then we have a non-title match between Shayna Baszler and Asuka. Why give that match away on free TV? That's literally a pay-per-view match in the making. And apparently Asuka wins. So you've already given that away. You've had Shayna Baszler eat the pin 3 weeks in a row now. That's not... Why is it Nia Jax eating the pin? Why are you protecting Nia Jax, but you're not protecting Shayna Baszler? But once again, main roster booking just makes absolutely no freaking sense. So that got thrown away. And then Hurt Business do their crap backstage. Then Ricochet has a promo where he basically calls Retribution a group of jackasses, and Retribution issues their own promo in return to say they will beat Ricochet and Dana Brooke in a mixed tag match. It did not happen because Ricochet and Dana Brooke defeated Reckoning and slapjacked by pinfall, and Mustafa Ali then just tears him apart because there's no failure to Retribution, yet unfortunately Retribution's been a failure with Mustafa Ali just trying to make the best out of this. Again, I give Ali all the credit in the world. There is definitely something to him in this role. It's one of those things like you feel like there is something there, but it's just like it's not going anywhere because everything around him is just not clicking. Like, he's cutting excellent promos. He's speaking so much truth that makes him very credible. But unfortunately, with the results of this stable, he unfortunately is just not budging. And it's unfortunate, because I really think, if booked right, this role could really make him great. Even greater than he already was. So, that's unfortunate there. We have another promo with Keith Lee telling Sheamus he does not buy Sheamus' good guy routine. So I guess Sheamus is a babyface now, I don't know. Seeing these promos from Keith Lee, though, with him basically, being kind of like the third wheel in this whole thing of like, oh, Drew, I think Sheamus is going to turn on you. Again, like I said, main roster always does this thing where it's just like, so, are you going to turn on each other? 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 Like, literally, it's just like they telegraph it from miles away and just make it obvious it's going to happen. But based off these promos and how Riddle seems to be in a very weird booking position. We'll talk about him in a second, as he seems to be the next person to challenge Bobby Lashley for the U.S. title. I'm starting to get that feeling they're going to turn Keith Lee heel. I know for the longest time, even before he got to the main roster, Vince McMahon is just so desperate, just craving the idea of turning Keith Lee heel, which I don't see as a good idea. I still don't think it's a good idea at all whatsoever. But based on how these promos are writing, I'm starting to feel within the next month or so we could see Keith Lee turn heel. I mean, if he was feuding with Bobby Lashley, which I still think should be the feud, not Bobby Lashley and Matt Riddle. We're getting Bobby Lashley and Keith Lee, I wouldn't be as worried. But again, they're going to turn Keith Lee heel, make him into something that Vince McMahon was to make him into, and it's not going to look pretty. He already got salvaged again, beating Randy Orton clean in his first pay-per-view match on the main roster, and he finally got his theme music fixed. But yeah, I'm concerned about the idea of turning Keith Lee heel. Um, then we have Miz TV, where AJ Styles comes in on his guest, who says he will beat McIntyre at TLC. Apparently, their match is also going to be a TLC match, which makes me scratch my head a little bit because I'm pretty sure I thought they were going to give the women one of the TLC matches, even though who would you give it to? In my card predictions, I predicted it would be Asuka and Lana versus Nia and Shayna because, you know, at some point Lana's going to have to put Nia through a table, but I guess not, and we're going to get both of the world title matches as TLC matches. Okay. Owens and Reigns, yeah. McIntyre and Styles? I don't know. I wouldn't have gone with that one being TLC yet. I don't know. But, so basically that happened. Sheamus came out after being insulted, knowing he won't betray McIntyre. McIntyre came out and promised to beat Styles at TLC, and then Sheamus and McIntyre take out Morrison and The Miz, and it sets up for their 3-on-2 handicap match later on in the show. I don't know why it even happened. Then we have Kofi Kingston defeat Shelton Benjamin pretty quickly. Then Cedric Alexander basically says, get in the ring and face me. And then Cedric faces Kofi. Weird booking. Probably some sort of a ladder match between New Day and Hurt Business. Let that be where Hurt Business win the tag titles. Then we have the 2-on-3 handicap match where Miz, Morrison, and Styles wins after Sheamus acts on a miscue, kicks Drew McIntyre in the face. And Styles wins, hitting the phenomenal forearm on Sheamus on the distraction. And then Sheamus and McIntyre randomly brawl, but then like all of a sudden make up after they basically double team up on Pat Buck, and then they're all cool again. They're like brothers and whatnot. I don't know. It was weird. So that happened there. And then Matt Riddle is trying to, buddy up with Jeff Hardy, but Jeff Hardy, of course, like everybody else, just swats Riddle away. And he's walking around with donuts. I'm sorry, bro nuts. Yep, Matt Riddle now eats donuts, and he calls them bro nuts. I can bet you whatever money is in my wallet, I'm not going to say, I really shouldn't have done that, but I did. I can bet you any amount that Vince McMahon came up with that. Oh, bro nuts. Yeah, you're so not funny, Vince. Matt came out randomly at ringside for Jeff Hardy's match with Bobby Lashley, and I don't know why, but then Bobby Lashley defeated Jeff Hardy in a non-title match by submission. And again, we're still probably going to be getting Matt Riddle and Bobby Lashley at TLC. I don't know why. I just don't really care for that match. I'm sorry. I just don't care for Matt Riddle in these promos. Love me some Matt Riddle, but I don't like these promos he's cutting. Especially when he's talking about bro nuts and getting people nicknames. Fire face. I'm just not digging it. Rambling Rabbit teases Randy Orton about the fact that Bray Wyatt can't wait to face him. And then Randy Orton has a match with Bray Wyatt, and then randomly at the end of the match, when Orton RKO's Wyatt, the lights are going out. The lights go out, come back on, and Bray Wyatt's now the Fiend. And against a no contest, as the Fiend applies the Mandible Claw as we go off the air. So, pretty sure that was edited. I don't think that was for real, of course, because it was way too fast for Bray Wyatt to change out of his wrestling, the brown sweater he was wearing, into the Fiend attire, whatnot. So I'm pretty sure that was pre-recorded, as I'm assuming. I don't know. Who the heck knows? Anyways, so that's Raw. That's all Raw was. Again, I didn't even grade it. Again, it's even just reading this feedback, this doesn't really sound like anything really happened on the show whatsoever. Other than the fact that I still need to start to tease a Keith Lee heel turn, which again, I'm not for that. And then Matt Riddle and his bro nuts. Like, ridiculous that is. So, no grade for Raw this week. Only 4 people voted on my grades for Raw. So 50% said A, 25% said B, nobody said C, 25% said D or lower. So some people did like it. Like I said, I really don't have it much of a grade at all for the show. So that's all I gotta say. Yes, Raw seemed boring. I didn't watch the whole thing, so that's why I didn't grade it. AJ and Drew need a main event TLC and a TLC match, which I'd be okay with. I don't think WWE is going to do it because of the pandemic, and I know you're busy, but just in case, top 10 NXT stars you want to see enter the Royal Rumble. Maybe, if it's a possibility, again, if I have the time. Again, maybe in January, guys, when things slow down again. I'm just so busy at work for the holidays right now. It's nuts. Trust me, I miss the top 10s, guys, but again, I just don't have the time to prepare them anymore. Unless if I just did them with no graphics or whatnot, then I'd be able to do them. But I'd rather have graphics in there and whatnot. Asuka's Raw Women's Champion is the worst than her SmackDown one last year. I still wouldn't say Asuka's been a bad champion. It's just that she has nobody to fight. Like that's a problem. I don't blame her. I think she's. I think she's again, she just doesn't have anybody to work with. So it's not her fault. I can't blame her for that completely. So at least she's on TV and not like Shinsuke Nakamura, who was like never on TV when he was the United States Intercontinental Champion. So yeah, but that's my review of Raw, guys. I'm gonna watch AEW now, see what Sting has to say. It's gonna be a good show, and hopefully I'll review it after the show tonight. Because none of my other shows that I'm watching during the week right now, not having any new episodes of anything until the new year anyway. So I'll probably review AEW tonight after the show. So guys, no grade for Raw this week. What are your thoughts on Raw? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe or comment my channel. And follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. See you guys in a little bit for AEW Dynamite. Peace out, everybody.